We all know North Korea is not a rich country. Many of the people in it have no money and no food. But one guy who clearly does have money and food is the leader of the country, Kim Jong-un. But what exactly does Kim Jong-un eat in a day? He has unlimited resources and money. But seeing as pretty much every country on Earth has sanctions on North Korea, what does he eat? Today we're going to find out, and some of the things are pretty funny and shocking. I'm Charlie, and today we're going to look at what does Kim Jong-un actually eat? Before we jump into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell? Shark fin soup. This one is a controversial thing around the world. Shark fishing is illegal in most countries. That's because the sharks are often captured and their fins cut off, harming the sharks. But it's said to be one of the favorite foods of the North Korean dictator. We know that Kim Jong-un loves shark fin soup. That's because it was told to the Western press by Kenji Fujimoto. Kenji is Kim Jong-un's personal chef. Kenji has said that Kim Jong-un loves boozy banquets with shark fin soup. The Japanese delicacy is said to be one of Kim's most favorite foods. Kenji said that at the big banquets Kim Jong-un has, everyone gets super drunk. And apparently Kim Jong-un sometimes eats so much of this he can't eat anymore. But because of people mainly in Vietnam, China and Japan loving this soup so much, it has made sharks nearly extinct. Snake wine. Kim Jong-un is very rich. And like many rich people, he enjoys fine wines. In Kim's palace, he has a wine cellar. And according to the Metro, Kim regularly drinks snake wine. This is a wine which comes with the body of a cobra in the bottle. This is thought to increase the vitality of whoever drinks it. Apparently, Kim wanted to have a second child with his wife. But because of a biological problem, he couldn't. That's why he began drinking snake wine to increase his virility and vitality. One South Korean expat said the elite in North Korea make jokes about Kim Jong-un. They say he's too big to please his wife and that's why he can't have more kids. So maybe Kim drinking this snake wine will help him in the bedroom department. Snake wine is actually pretty popular all across Southeast Asia, especially in China. It tastes similar to rice wine, and it's also very expensive as an entire cobra comes inside the bottle. Russian vodka. Kim Jong-un does not have many friends around the world, but one friend he does have is Vladimir Putin from Russia. In fact, many sanctioned items are shipped into North Korea from Russia, and one thing that Kim Jong-un loves is Russian vodka. In 2019, Dutch authorities seized 90,000 bottles of Russian vodka. These were heading for Pyongyang in North Korea, but they had to be seized due to sanctions. Previously, officials from around the world have seized champagnes, cheeses, and TVs going to North Korea. However, the 90,000 seized bottles of vodka were found underneath an aircraft fuselage. Officials say that they believe the vodka was going to be enjoyed by Kim and his military commanders. It's said that Russian vodka is one of Kim's favorites, and when they have their boozy banquets, everyone gets very drunk. Emmental cheese. Emmental cheese is a delicious holy cheese from Switzerland. It's complex to make, has an iconic appearance, and is pretty expensive too. A lot of people don't know this, but Kim actually spent his school days in Switzerland. That's where he picked up his love for Emmental cheese. He is said to eat more of this than any other food, and this may explain his obesity, and also why he had to step out of public eye in 2014 and 2020 for health reasons. Yonhap, a South Korean newspaper, even said he was obsessed with cheese. In 2014, North Korean officials visited a French dairy college. This was to try and get better cheeses for their country and for Kim. They even proposed to the French dairy college that some could come to North Korea and become Kim's personal cheese makers. But they turned down the offer. After all, if you visit North Korea, you may never make it back. Hennessy. If you think it's only American rappers who like drinking Hennessy, then you'd be wrong. World leaders, or at least one world leader, also loves it. Kim Jong-un's father is said to have spent $1 million a year on Hennessy. This is a brand of cognac from France, costing around $700 per bottle. So Kim Jong-un's father loved Hennessy, but so does Kim. In 2013, he ordered the execution of 2 of his uncle's political aides. And sources say that when he did this, he was drunk on Hennessy. Alexander I was also said to love Hennessy. And authorities say that thousands of bottles of the stuff are shipped into North Korea every year. Considering that one of these bottles would cost the average annual salary of a North Korean, I assume no citizens drink this. But I'm sure Kim's entourage, his military personnel, and politicians definitely do. Kobe steak. According to Kenji Fujimoto, Kim Jong-un's personal chef, Kim loves Kobe steak. Kenji revealed that Kim eats this often during banquets. It's one of the most expensive types of beef on the planet. and to qualify as Kobe, the beef must meet a lot of criteria. It needs to be very good quality, weigh a certain amount, and come from a certain location. A pound of this beef can cost around $200. But at Kim's luxury banquets, he spares no expense. Sushi. Sushi originated in Japan, but is popular now all around the world, especially in Asia. But if you've ever been to a sushi restaurant, you know things can get pretty pricey. But luckily for Kim, he has his own personal sushi chef. Kenji Fujimoto, his personal chef, studied sushi preparation in culinary school. Kenji Fujimoto was also Kim's good friend and playmate during their childhood years. He says Kim Jong-un loves the fatty part of tuna. This is the same part his father, Kim Jong-il, loved. Kenji is originally from Japan, but went to North Korea in 1982. In 2013, GQ interviewed Kenji. He said that in 2017, he'd opened a sushi restaurant in Pyongyang, but it's not known whether Kim is a regular at the restaurant or not. Brazilian coffee. Import data from 2016 revealed that in 1 year, North Korea has imported over $1 million worth of Brazilian coffee. This wasn't for the entire country, but instead Kim Jong-un and his military commanders. Brazil is said to be the home of the best coffee in the world. In recent years, Brazil has overtaken Colombia as the largest exporter of coffee. Brazil's soft soil and hot climate makes it the ideal conditions to grow coffee beans in. And it's said that Kim only drinks the most expensive coffee from Brazil. It's said his favorite brand is Fazenda Santa Ines. Just 1 pound of this can set you back $50. And other brands Kim is said to drink can cost as much as $500 for 1 pound. I guess after all of that vodka and Hennessy, you need something to make you recover when you wake up the next day. Caviar and lobster. Caviar and lobster is pretty much a cliche at this point. Every fat cat around the world seems to love these two very expensive foods. We gained an insight as to how much Kim likes this stuff in 2019. That was when Kim stayed at a 5-star hotel in Vietnam, the Legend Metropole Hanoi Hotel. This was when Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump had a summit. Kim's staff apparently tasted every dish he was about to eat 1 hour before to check it was safe. Trump asked for his steak to be well done, while Kim said he wanted his very rare. Hotel staff also said Kim loved the caviar and lobster. These two foods are considered luxury items, and thus every UN country is not allowed to ship them into North Korea. CRISTAL. After successfully launching a missile into the air, what are you supposed to celebrate with but champagne? You may think of CRISTAL being at some kind of trendy LA club, but it's also in North Korea's palaces. Kenji Fujimoto has said that Kim loves CRISTAL champagne. Apparently, he would drink around 2 bottles in one sitting. CRISTAL was also a favorite of Alexander II of Russia. Bottles of this stuff can go from around $1,000 to $10,000. Only the most rich and extravagant people around the world drink it, and Kim falls into that criteria. 1 bottle of this stuff is 500 calories alone, and seeing as Kim is said to drink 2 in one sitting, that's an additional 1,000 calories every day. Yeah, all of a sudden those health problems are starting to make sense. Bordeaux wines. It seems Kim Jong-un can't get enough of luxury alcohol. We've already gone over how Kim Jong-un has his own wine cellar with snake wine, but he also has some of the world's finest wines from France. Kenji said that Kim once drank 10 bottles of Bordeaux wine in one night. Because Bordeaux is a very broad range of wines, we don't know exactly what ones he drinks, but bottles of the finest Bordeaux wines can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. If Kim really does sometimes drink 10 bottles a night, this is very bad for his health. But judging by the rest of the stuff Kim eats, I don't think that's a concern to him. We all know that recently Kim Jong-un was rumored to not be alive. Some South Korean officials said they were 99% sure the leader was no longer alive, and so did the US Republican Senator Lindsey Graham. In recent photos, it does appear that Kim Jong-un is in fact alive. But it wouldn't be a surprise if he had more health problems down the line because of how much he eats. Most people in this country don't have basic foods, but he has pretty much access to anything. This may be nice for him, but probably bad for his health long term. But now it's time to make your voice heard. Vote in the poll in the top right corner, which was the most surprising thing on this list. If you want some more amazing videos, then check out my second channel. But as always, thank you for watching. There's some more videos you may like on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.